Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom.
Welcome to the temple. So happy to have you here in person, and also those who are watching at home, celebrating Shabbat and welcoming Shabbat with us. We begin our service singing together, Ma Yafeh Hayom Shabbat Shalom. How beautiful the day is, it is Shabbat. Page 2 in our prayer books for the blessing for the candles, and I would like to invite Ron and Sarah to lead us with the blessing over the candles and the fruit of the vine. Please.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu l'had mikveh shel Shabbat. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot and commands us to kindle the light of Shabbat.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu l'had mikneh shel
Turn to page 5 for the blessing for the fruit of the vine.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei pri hagafen. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, ruler of the universe, creator of the fruit of the vine.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei pri hagafen. Amen.
And a special blessing for you, Ron, מי שברך אבותינו ואימותינו, אברהם, יצחק ויעקב, שרה, רבקה, רחל ולאה, הוא יברך את אחינו רון, בן אברהם אבינו ושרה אימנו, בבואו להסתפח בנחלת ישראל. May God who blessed our ancestors, Abraham and Sarah, Isaac and Rebekah, Jacob, Rachel and Leah, bless you, Ron, son of Abraham, our patriarch, and Sarah, our mother, who has cast his lot with the people Israel. He is now a Ger Tzedek among the people of the God of Abraham and Sarah. May he prosper in all his worthy endeavors. May the work of his hands be blessed, and together we say, Amen. And for both of you and the upcoming wedding, we want to sing Shechianu.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam שהחיינו וקיימנו והגיענו לזמן הזה. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם שהחיינו וקיימנו והגיענו לזמן הזה.
Mazal Tov. We turn now to page 24 to welcome the angels of Shabbat. Shalom Aleichem.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Kadosh Baruch Boachem l'shalom Malchi hashalom Malchi elyon Mi melech Malchi hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Baruchuni l'shalom Malchi Shalom, Malchi elyon, mi melech Malchi hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch. Sitkem l'shalom, Malchi hashalom, Malchi elyon, mi melech HaKadosh Baruch.
And we rise as we turn to page 28 for the Berlow. Blessed are you, Adonai our God, ruler of the universe, who speaks the evening into being, skillfully opens the gates, forcefully alters the time and changes the seasons, and arranges the stars in their heavenly courses according to plan. You are creator of day and night, rolling light away from darkness and darkness from light, transforming day into night and distinguishing one from the other. Adonai Tzvaot is your name, ever-living God. May you reign continually over us into eternity. Blessed are you, Adonai, who brings on evening. Baruch atah Adonai, Amariv Aravim. We turn to page 34 for the calling of the Shema.
Shema ויכון מלכותו לעולם חיים.
Please be seated. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם, בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
And you shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your might. And these words which I command you on this day shall be upon your heart, shall be upon your heart, and you shall teach them diligently unto your children, and you shall speak of them when you sit in your house, when you walk by the way, and when you lie down, and when you rise up, and when you rise up, and you shall bind them for a sign upon your hand, and they shall be for frontlets between your eyes, and you shall write them on the doorposts of your house, and upon your gates, and upon your gates, that you may remember and do all of my commandments, and be holy unto your God, unto your God, unto your God.
We turn now to page 40 to sing together the same song our ancestors sang as they were crossing the Sea of Reeds. Mi chamocha.
Mi chamocha bailim Adonai, mi chamocha nedar b'kodesh, Torah tehilot, oseh pele, mi chamocha bailim Adonai, mi chamocha nedar b'kodesh.
Give us a place to rest, Adonai our God. Bring us into shelter in the soft, long evening shadows of your truth. For with you are true protection and safety, and in your presence are acceptance and gentle love. Watch over us as we go forth. Prepare for us as we return. Spread over us your shelter of peace, over all we love, over our Jerusalem and yours. Baruch atah Adonai, hapores sukat shalom, עלינו ועל כל עמו ישראל ועל ירושלים.
Shamri, 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 Shabbat, Tikore, Onek Shabbat, Yismichu, Vimalik Techa, Shamri, 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 Shabbat, Tikore, Onek Shabbat.
Rise for the tefillah on page 46.
Be
ברוך אתה אדוני, אלוהינו ואלוהי אבותינו ואמותינו, אלוהי אברהם, אלוהי יצחק ואלוהי יעקב, אלוהי שרה, אלוהי רבקה, אלוהי רחל ואלוהי לאה, האל הגדול, הגיבור והנורא, אל עליון, גומל חסדים טובים וקונה הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה. מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה. Blessed are you, Adonai our God, God of our fathers and mothers, God of Abraham, God of Isaac, and God of Jacob, God of Sarah, God of Rebekah, God of Rachel, and God of Leah, the great, mighty, and awesome God, transcendent God, who bestows loving kindness, creates everything out of love, remembers the love of our fathers and mothers, and brings redemption to their children's children for the sake of the divine name. Sovereign deliverer, helper, and shield, blessed are you, Adonai, Sarah's helper, Abraham's shield, Baruch ata Adonai, Magen Avraham ve'ezrat Sarah. You are forever mighty, Adonai. You give life to all. You rain dew upon us. You sustain life through love, giving life to all. Through great compassion, supporting the fallen, healing the sick, freeing the captive, keeping faith with those who sleep in the dust. Who is like you, source of mighty acts? Who resembles you, a sovereign who takes and gives life, causing deliverance to spring up and faithfully giving life to all? Blessed are you, Adonai, who gives life to all. Baruch ata Adonai, mechaye hakol. You are holy. Your name is holy, and those who are holy praise you every day. Blessed are you, Adonai, the holy God. Baruch ata Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh. Please be seated. We continue on page 61 with the blessing of Shalom, of peace. Grant us peace, your most precious gift, or eternal source of peace, and give us the will to proclaim its message to all the peoples of the earth. Bless our country as a safeguard of peace, its advocate among the nations. May contentment reign within our borders, health and happiness within our homes. Strengthen the bonds of friendship and fellowship among all the inhabitants of every land. Plant virtue in every soul, and may the love of your name hallow every home and every heart. Praised are you, Eternal One, who blesses our people with peace. Baruch ata Adonai, hamvarech et amo Yisrael, bashalom.
Liulam
all need healing and courage and strength in our lives, in the life of everyone that is dear to us. The Misha Berach, the prayer for healing and courage and strength, is on page 253. Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom.
Our Torah portion is called Shalach, and it's a story about Moses on the orders of Adonai our God, sending 12 presidents, chieftains of the different tribes of Israel to scout the land of Israel, to tour the land of Israel and to look in their eyes and to bring a report. Is it a good land or a bad land? Is it a land as promised, flowing with milk and honey, or is it a dry land that is the opposite of that? You know, the verb that is used 11 times in the orders to those 12 people is translated into English to scout. In Hebrew it's tur, which is used in Hebrew also for being a tourist. And actually it kind of sounds the same in English, tour and tourist. Maybe even the English comes from the Hebrew here. So they are sent to bring tourists, to be a tourist in the land of Israel, to look in their eyes and to bring a report. But as you know, when you bring a report, it's not like taking a picture and just showing the pictures. It's your interpretation. You bring actually even your faith and beliefs into what you see. And they're supposed to bring their faith and their beliefs. Actually, they're asked to do something more than that. They're asked through their feet and through their eyes to look ahead to the future and to bring a vision to the people of Israel. You know, we had a great rabbi in this land. His name was Rabbi Heschel, and he walked all the way to Washington side by side with Martin Luther King. And he said that when he was walking, he actually was not walking, he was praying with his legs. So those 12 scouts are actually asked by Adonai our God to do the same thing, to pray with their legs. But unlike Martin Luther King and Heschel, they totally fail. And they come back with the most devastating report possible, which I think also brings a great lesson to us today, maybe of what we should try not to be. And they say the following, that they describe what they see, and they said, and all the men that we saw in it are men of great size. And then they said, and we looked like grasshoppers to ourselves, and so we must have looked to them. That's such a great lesson. When you look small to yourself, everybody else looks like a giant. Obviously, the people in Israel are not giants, but to them they looked like people of great size. And they looked to themselves and they saw grasshoppers. So they're saying, and we must have projected that to them, and they looked at us and saw grasshoppers. They saw nothing. When you feel helpless, when you look small to yourself, when you lose the faith in yourself so much that you feel like a grasshopper, then you project the same notion to everyone who sees us. My hope and prayer is that our lesson from this story about the failure of the leaders of the people in Israel at that moment, by the way, that's why they didn't get to enter the land of Israel. The punishment is to wander 40 years in the desert until everyone dies. My hope and prayer is that we will never feel like grasshoppers. We've been through a very tough year, actually 14 or 15 months, where all we saw was dark, and now we begin to see light. We've been through a year where many of us felt hopeless, and actually that there's nothing we can do about it, because we cannot change a global pandemic unless one of you is one of the wise guys that invented the vaccine that is now helping us to see the light. So my hope and prayer for us is that we will regain our belief in ourselves, that we will feel tall no matter what our height is, and we will never, but never look to ourselves as grasshoppers, and that we will never project it to anyone else. Shabbat Shalom. We turn now to page 282 as we rise for the Aleinu. 283, I'm sorry. Please join me as we read together in the middle of page 283. Let us adore the ever-living God and render praise unto you, who spreads out the heavens and established the earth, whose glory is revealed in the heavens above, and whose greatness is manifest throughout the world. You are our God, there is none else. Our thoughts turn to those who have departed this earth, our own loved ones, those whom our friends and neighbors have lost, the martyrs of our people whose graves are unmarked, and those of every race and nation whose lives have been a blessing to humanity. As we remember them, we meditate on the meaning of love and loss, of life and death. On this Shabbat, we remember especially John A. DeAngelo, Shirley Tanchester-Rees, Jonas Baker, Archie Landy, Sheila Phillips, Martin Zukov, Jake Ruby, Esther Winkler, Lester Shakin, Dan C. Bick, Etta C. Rad, Marie Fleischaker, Jay Kobe, Irma Bensinger, Hilda Blumenson, Gertrude Katz, Ray Webman, Max Oppenheimer, Rita Bugorski, Joanne Meyer-Wool, Betty Shatramp, Nancy Berlow, Alice Morgulin, Irvin J. Carl, Jadine Caster, Henry Louie, Mina Kobe, Alan Ballou, Edward Platoff, Lisette Rosen, James Robert Dworin, Gary Hacker, Paul Baker, Stuart Yesman, Michael Lerner, Lawrence Falk, and in recent days, Laura Kobe. We think of our loved ones whom death has recently taken from us, those who died at this season in years past, and those whom we have drawn into our hearts with our own. With the blessed memories from our loved ones in our hearts, we rise as we turn to page 294 for the Mourner's Kaddish. יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, בעלמא דברה חירותי וימליך מלכותי, בחייכון וביומכון ובחיי דכל בית ישראל, בעגלה ובזמן קריב ואמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מברך לעלם ולעולמי עלמיה, יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא, ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתעלה על שמי דקודשה בריחו, לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, דאמירן בעלמה ואמרו אמן. יהא שלמה רבה מן שמיה, וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמן. זיכרונם לברכה, may their memory come to be a blessing and a benediction to us all. Amen. Our closing song is Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu. It's on page
353.
353.
Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, ve'al kulam. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, ve'al kulam. Salam Aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam, salam shalom. Salam Aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam, salam shalom. Od yavo shalom aleinu, od yavo shalom aleinu, od yavo shalom aleinu ve'al kulam. Od yavo shalom aleinu, od yavo shalom aleinu, od yavo shalom aleinu ve'al kulam. Salam aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam, salam shalom. Salam aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam, salam shalom. Od yavo shalom aleinu, od yavo shalom aleinu, od yavo shalom aleinu ve'al kulam.
יהי רצון מלפניך, אדוני אלוהינו ואלוהי אמותינו, שתוליכנו לשלום. May it be your will, Adonai our God and God of our ancestors, that we be guided on the paths of shalom, of well-being and wellness and peace, and that you protect us from all harm and evil on our way. Bless the work of our hands, and grant us grace, loving kindness, and compassion in your eyes, in the eyes of everyone who sees us. Adonai Shalom, bless us with a Shabbat of Shalom. Shalom to our minds, to our bodies, to our souls. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Please say Shabbat Shalom to someone you never met before, and also to people you do know. And please take some of the goodie bags that the good women of Reform Judaism baked for you. Shabbat Shalom.
Amen. Amen. Shabbat Shalom.